you're in the way there, could you move? Hey, wait a minute. With those words, my stepchild kicked me with her foot while I was squatting and cleaning the hallway. I lost my balance and fell on my bottom. Such incidents were a daily occurrence, always happening when my husband was not around. As if targeted to harass me. Hey, why did you marry Dad anyway? What? You did it for the money, right? He earns quite a bit after all. That's not true at all. Not true at all. Especially considering that I didn't even know about my husband's job or income until just before we got married. Well, anyway, that doesn't matter. You'll be leaving here soon anyway. What are you thinking? If you want to know so badly, why don't you beg on your knees? There's no way I could do that. Really? You'd have a problem if Dad found out, don't you think? I couldn't trouble my husband. My pride was something I had left behind when I divorced my previous husband. I slowly squatted down and touched my forehead to the floor. Is this good enough? Now tell me, please. Wow, you really did it. That's seriously bad. You were lying. Of course. Are you stupid? And I didn't say you could stop. Then she tried to press down on me by placing her foot on my head. Old lady, like you look best crawling on the ground. The sound of the entrance door opening could be heard, and my husband returned home. No way. He's back? If you tell Dad, it'll be even worse for you. I couldn't possibly say such things. What happened here? Just some trash on the floor. But aren't you back early today? Yeah, actually, I have another business trip. It's for a week. When does it start? Not for a while yet. Feeling an unpleasant gaze from behind, I got goosebumps. There was still some time until my husband's business trip, but, unluckily, I fractured my bone. The hospitalization was manageable, but what followed was hell. And then my husband left for his business trip. That was what my stepchild had been waiting for. I'm going on a trip, so give me some money. What? There's no such thing. Don't lie. I know about it. Saying that, she opened the third drawer of the dresser and started rummaging through it. See? I'll take this as my travel funds then. What my stepchild was holding was the $10,000 I had saved for emergencies. Wait. I had been discharged from the hospital but still needed crutches. Just as I managed to stand up and try to chase after my stepchild, she grabbed my crutches, smashed them against the wall multiple times, and broke them in two. How could you do this? Someone like you, a fake, isn't needed. Just try not to die, okay? Thus, I was left alone in a room on the second floor. My stepchild went on a trip, and I was left all alone. There was no need to endure anymore. A demon whispered inside me. To take revenge. 7 days later, my stepchild, having returned home, seemed to sense something was wrong and rushed upstairs. This marks the beginning of my revenge. I am Cindy, turning 45 this year. I live with my husband Matt and his daughter Nicole. I had hoped for a happy life when we first got married. Everyone must think that. Now, I find myself recalling the times when I first met Matt more often. How did it come to this? I married Matt a year ago, but we were originally just shop owner and customer. Having just divorced, I honestly had almost no will to live. At that time, I was running a small cafe I had opened with my previous husband, all by myself. Cheer up. Easier said than done. Matt was a regular customer who often visited the cafe. And I've gotten divorced too, you know. What? But I thought you said things might work out after talking? That's what I thought, but I never imagined she was cheating. That gentle-looking person, huh? I vaguely remembered her face because she had come to the shop with him before. And with 2 people, no less. I nearly collapsed. Well, we found comfort in sharing our innermost thoughts with each other. It felt like our minds were in sync, and we started to meet outside the cafe as well. Initially, it was just for meals, but eventually, we began going on trips during the weekends. By the way, you have a daughter, right? Is that okay? She's in high school now, so it's fine. Still, she's a girl. Right. Cindy, you don't have children, do you? That's right. I thought it impolite to delve further into someone else's family matters. So I never brought it up again. Although there was no explicit confession, we had spent nearly a year together. Which might as well have been a relationship. Well, I wasn't too fixated on that detail. It was around this time. You know, us.
Yeah.
We share a lot of the same values, don't we? And I think our ways of thinking are similar too. That might be true. That's why I think we're compatible. I think so too. So, I think we should be together more. Wait, what are you trying to say? Will you marry me? Marry. Is that a no? It's not that I don't want to, but I couldn't immediately respond. I couldn't get my ex-husband out of my mind. My divorce was due to emotional abuse and domestic violence. Moreover, he disappeared after leaving the divorce papers, sensing he might be prosecuted. Of course, I didn't think Matt was capable of such actions. I want to be with Cindy forever. I feel comfortable with you. And I don't expect anything from you. Matt continued to express how essential I was to him. I had never been pursued this much before. Are you sure? Sorry, I got too excited. Matt was breathing heavily. Seeing him like this made me find him oddly adorable. About your proposal, if I'm okay with it. Really? That's great. But there were more concerns. Matt's daughter, whom I had never met. The opportunity came soon. Let me introduce you again. This is my daughter, Nicole. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I'm Cindy. And I've decided to marry Cindy here. I see. Congratulations. Thanks. Now we'll need to move. The marriage proposal was unexpectedly smooth. Then, preparations for moving began. I never asked before, but what do you do, Matt? Right, I never mentioned it. I'm an interpreter. An interpreter. You don't look like one. I know, right? Matt was fluent in 5 languages. But, I might have to go on business trips, which could be bothersome. That's okay. Thanks. After the move, our life as a family of 3 began. Nicole, initially reserved, gradually opened up to me. Cindy. Mom? You don't have to force yourself to call me that. Whatever is comfortable for you. Oh, thank you. So, why did you decide to get married? Well, after being persuaded for hours about getting married? Really? Dad did that. From what I heard, Matt was serious and not much of a joker at home. However, the Matt I knew was the opposite, full of humor. As our relationship deepened, Nicole went off to college. That's when her behavior started to change. Nicole, about your dad's stance on this issue. Until now, she would normally respond. Sorry, but can you not talk to me? What's wrong? You weren't like this before. Huh? Don't tell me you don't understand? It didn't take long to see Nicole's true nature. Well, I'm off on a business trip. I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Got it. Take care. Then, I'm off. It was the first time being alone with Nicole since her sudden change in attitude, making interactions with her somewhat difficult for me. After starting university, things might not always go smoothly, but the reason is unclear. Nicole was the first to act. Hey, can you not get too ahead of yourself? I didn't intend to. What? Just by looking at Dad, it's obvious. He always talks about you. That doesn't mean I'm getting ahead of myself. Your complacency annoys me. What are you trying to do by cozying up to Dad? What are you talking about? Despite my explanations, Nicole continued to complain. I realized something from her complaints: she really loves Matt. Are you jealous by any chance? There was a moment of silence. Huh? Why would I be jealous of you? I'm not a child anymore. At that moment, I thought I had hit the nail on the head but would come to regret saying it later. Nicole locked herself in her room and wouldn't come out, not even responding to my knocks. The next day. I'm going out with friends, so give me some money. Money? You get that from your dad, don't you? That's not enough. Then, let's discuss it when you get back. Nicole, scratching her head and slamming the desk, said. Didn't you listen? I said I'm going out with friends. Just give it to me already. Realizing she wouldn't give up, I decided to give her the money. Is this okay? Only $100? The shop is doing well, right? Then give me more. No more than this. Do you want me to report this to Dad? With a sour face, Nicole left. I couldn't help but sigh. How did it come to this? When Matt returned from his business trip, Nicole returned to her usual self, but how are you two? It was the first time alone together, right? Before I could answer, Nicole cut in. It was fine. We got along well, right, Mom? She beamed a smile at me. Yes. That's right. Good to hear. I was a bit worried, but if it's like this, then all is well. Yeah, Dad worries too much. Oh right, I have a souvenir for Cindy. A souvenir? Here. This? The souvenir was the aromatherapy oil I had mentioned wanting before. Thank you. But wasn't this a limited edition? I happened to find it. At that moment, I felt Nicole's glaring stare. Perhaps she was seething inside. Do you have anything for Nicole? Oh right, almost forgot. Here you go, Nicole. It was a significantly larger bag than mine. Her eyes lit up at the sight. Thank you, Dad. Upon looking inside, Nicole's eyes quickly dimmed. You said you liked it before, so I chose that. Thank you. I'm happy. Despite her words, her face was strained. Sorry, but I'm pretty tired. I'll go to sleep now. Okay, good night. After Matt entered the bedroom, Nicole threw her gift on the floor. What are you doing? Why do you get the expensive stuff, and I get this childish plush toy? The gift Nicole received was a large plush toy of a character popular among the younger generation. Let's trade. What? Just give it to me. Stop it. Nicole tried to forcibly take the bottle of aromatherapy oil from me. Dad will wake up, you know? Then give it to me quickly. After a struggle, I couldn't match the strength of a teenager. The bottle slipped from my hand and shattered on the floor, spilling its contents. It's your fault for not giving it to me sooner. Blaming me for everything, Nicole returned to her room. I started to pick up the pieces of the broken bottle. I carefully placed the little bit of oil that was luckily left back into the box. The scent of lavender spread throughout the living room. This was not how I wanted to experience it. I scrubbed the floor over and over again. The next morning, Matt noticed the smell. Did you use it already? Yes, but I might have used a bit too much. No, it's fine. I like this smell too. Then Nicole came into the living room. Good morning, Nicole. Nice smell, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Do you have class today? Yes, I do. Are you enjoying your classes? They're all right, I guess. Initially, she looked displeased, but she began to smile as she talked with Matt. Soon, it was time for me to go to the shop. I'm leaving now. Oh, is it that time already? I'll come with you. Just wait for me. Nicole began to get irritated because the conversation was interrupted. The irritation was directed at me, which was obvious even without looking at her face. Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we go? Yes. Nicole, make sure you're not late. As soon as we arrived at the shop, we started preparing. Thankfully, we had a lot of customers today. This was all thanks to Matt's advice and financial support, despite my refusal. He insisted it was for his own benefit too. While closing the shop at 1900 hours, I encountered an unexpected person. Long time no see, Cindy. I immediately turned around at the familiar voice. Why are you here? Why? This shop is also mine, isn't it? It's mine now. Leave. I've changed my heart. So, let's start over. I'm remarried. I can't be with you. Even if I wasn't married, I wouldn't want to be with you. Realizing the situation was bad, I tried to leave the shop, but he grabbed my arm and pulled me back. I can't forget you. He started licking my neck. I felt disgusted and got goosebumps all over. Suddenly, a shudder sound was heard. I couldn't see the face, but someone ran away quickly. I took the chance to push the ex-husband away and escape. Don't come here again. I'll call the police. Okay. He left, and my heart was still pounding. I hadn't expected him to come here. I immediately closed the shop and went home. I'm home. There was no reply. Matt had mentioned he would be late, and Nicole hadn't returned from school yet. I sat down to think about what to do next, especially about how to handle my ex-husband. While I was lost in thought, someone entered the living room. It was Nicole, with a somewhat smiling face. Nicole? I can't believe you were doing that behind Dad's back. What do you mean? It's too late to hide it now. Nicole showed me her phone's screen. It was the moment my ex-husband was bothering me at the shop. So, you were the shadow at that time. This is clear evidence of cheating. If I show this to Dad, you're finished. You seem to be misunderstanding something. Excuses now? It's not an excuse. The man in this photo is not a lover. Then who is he? Tell me. That man is. I could hear voices from outside. What's happening? Matt had just returned home. Listen to this. This woman was cheating at the shop. Cheating? Look at this. She showed the photo to Matt too. See? Just like I said. This is. Nicole struggled to hold back her laughter, but. Was everything okay? Yes. Did anything else happen? No. When I said I was going to call the police, he ran away. I see. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Nicole, did you really think Cindy was cheating just from seeing this photo? Well, anyone would think that if they saw this. Isn't this man Cindy's ex-husband? I had never shown a photo of my ex-husband before, but I was impressed that Matt figured it out. That's right. He wants to get back together with me. We need to come up with a plan then. But she could be lying, right? Enough. If you're going to say that, then keep thinking it. It'll become clear eventually. Later, we consulted with the police, who agreed to keep an eye on the shop. Nicole's photo proved to be useful. We also learned that my ex-husband was already wanted for fraud. Since then, Nicole has become quieter and started to treat me nicer. As if we had gone back to how it was right after Matt and I got married. Mom, I have a favor to ask. A favor? It's my friend's birthday coming up. Can we use the shop to celebrate? That's fine by me. Then, please take care of it. Nicole had never relied on me this much before. So I ended up completely trusting her words. Not realizing this would lead me into even deeper trouble. Nicole continued to speak kindly to me, asking about the shop and my relationship with Matt. Things she would never have asked before. If this kept up daily, even I started to feel suspicious. Then the day came. I'll come by after the shop closes. Got it. Is something happening today? Remember, Nicole wanted to celebrate her friend's birthday.
Ah.
Right. But don't go overboard. I won't. I closed the shop and waited for Nicole and her friends. When they arrived, there were 5 of them, but besides Nicole, all were men. I prepared the alcohol I bought and started the party. Come on, Mom, have a drink too. I'm okay. I'm not good with alcohol. I've hardly ever drunk alcohol before, only sipping from a glass on occasion. Despite my refusal, they kept insisting, so I drank a glass of beer. It had been years since I last drank, and I felt dizzy momentarily. It's a special day. Drink up. After that, I lost track of how many drinks I had. Eventually, I found myself sitting on the sofa. I could see Nicole saying something, but I couldn't understand her. Then, I started feeling like my clothes were being removed. My vision slowly became clearer. What are you doing? I was indeed being undressed. Now they were trying to take off my skirt too. I tried to escape, but they held me down. Nicole. Stop this right now. Why? Was everything a lie? Of course. These guys are interested in someone like you. I posted online and they immediately agreed to come. What about your friends? That was a lie too. I don't even know their names. Despite my efforts to move, their strength was too much. Eventually, I was stripped down to my underwear. Look this way. I'm filming. You think this is okay? Right, I'll have to mute it later so it doesn't give us away. Why are you doing this? To show Dad and get a divorce. You're not needed here. Maybe I should gag you too. Stop it. You're so annoying. Do whatever you want with her. Eventually, I was left completely naked and was violated by the men. I have no memory of what happened after that. When I realized, the shop was empty, and I felt nauseous. I quickly dressed and went home. You're late. Where's Nicole? She's already back. I see. I showered to wash away the touch of the men. I couldn't tell anyone about this. This was Nicole's intention all along. From then on, I had no choice but to accept whatever Nicole did to me. You're in the way there, could you move? Hey, wait a minute. With those words, my stepchild kicked me with her foot while I was squatting and cleaning the hallway. I lost my balance and fell on my bottom. Hey, why did you marry Dad anyway? What? You did it for the money, right? He earns quite a bit after all. That's not true at all. Not true at all. Especially considering that I didn't even know about my husband's job or income until just before we got married. Well, anyway, that doesn't matter. You'll be leaving here soon anyway. What are you thinking? If you want to know so badly, why don't you beg on your knees? There's no way I could do that. Really? You'd have a problem if Dad found out, don't you think? I couldn't trouble Matt. Moreover, I was now at Nicole's mercy. I slowly squatted down and touched my forehead to the floor. Is this good enough? Now tell me, please. Wow, you really did it. That's seriously bad. You were lying. Of course. Are you stupid? And I didn't say you could stop. Then she tried to press down on me by placing her foot on my head. Old lady like you look best crawling on the ground. The sound of the entrance door opening could be heard, and my husband returned home. No way. He's back? If you tell Dad, it'll be even worse for you. I couldn't possibly say such things. What happened here? Just some trash on the floor. But aren't you back early today?
Yeah.
Actually, I have another business trip. It's for a week. When does it start? Not for a while yet. Feeling an unpleasant gaze from behind, I got goosebumps. Then, I ended up fracturing a bone. It was Nicole's doing. I was pushed from behind while descending the stairs at home. I tumbled down to the bottom and looked up to see Nicole laughing as if possessed by a demon. I'll call an ambulance for you, but make sure you say you fell yourself. After being taken to the hospital, I had to undergo surgery. My left leg was fixed with bolts, and my right ankle was broken, leaving me unable to walk. Are you okay? Don't overdo it. Thank you. I heard you fell down the stairs. Well, that's... Behind Matt, Nicole was looking at us. Yes, that's what happened. Silly me. Just take your time to heal. Nicole occasionally came to visit, claiming to be worried, but she was just coming to laugh at me. How are you feeling? Fine, I guess. Just stay put then. Though you can't really do much since you can't walk. I managed to recover to the point where I could walk with crutches. But even after being discharged from the hospital, I couldn't feel at ease. Before we knew it, the day Matt had to leave for his business trip arrived. I'm sorry to leave you like this. It's work, you can't help it. Make sure you help her out, Nicole. Don't worry, I've got this. Matt left for his business trip. Nicole had been waiting for this moment. It happened right after Matt left. I'm going on a trip, so give me some money. What? There's no such thing. Don't lie. I know about it. Saying that, she opened the third drawer of the dresser and started rummaging through it. See? I'll take this as my travel funds then. What Nicole was holding was the $10,000 I had saved for emergencies. Wait. How did you know about that? I'm not going to tell you. Did you go in there without permission? Maybe. From her expression, it seemed to be true. Perhaps not taking it before was to inflict despair by taking it in front of me. Just as I managed to stand up and try to chase after Nicole. Just give it up already. I took my crutches, smashed them against the wall multiple times, and broke them in two. How could you do this? Someone like you, a fake, isn't needed. Just try not to die, okay? Thus, I was left alone in a room on the second floor. Nicole went on a trip, and I was left all alone. There was no need to endure anymore. A demon whispered inside me. To take revenge. It's tough without the crutches, but not impossible to stand up. I thought about contacting Matt, but Nicole had taken my smartphone, leaving me no way to get in touch. However, I couldn't just give up here. Somehow, I made it down to the first floor, used an umbrella as a makeshift cane, and sought help from the neighbors. I borrowed a phone and contacted Matt. What? Is that true? You might not believe it. I'll be right back. Just wait a little longer. Matt came back as soon as he could. What happened? I explained everything Nicole had done to me since we got married, as far as I could remember. Finally, I mustered the courage to talk about the incident at the shop. Matt was trembling, whether from anger or shock. How could she do that? I won't forgive her, even if she's my daughter. Will you help me? What? If your anger is real, I want your help with the revenge. Okay. What do you need me to do? Well, about that. We prepared and waited for Nicole's return. 7 days later, an unsuspecting Nicole returned cheerfully. I'm home. No one's replying, huh? I wonder how she's doing. Maybe she's actually dead. As Nicole started to go upstairs, she noticed something odd. What? This smell. It's like something is rotting. Nicole opened the bedroom door and screamed so loud it echoed throughout the house. Matt and I quietly approached the bedroom. Peeking inside, we saw something human-like lying on the bed. What should I do? Should I throw it away somewhere? But then it might be found immediately. Hearing this, Matt burst into the room. What are you doing there? Dad? Why are you here? Weren't you on a business trip? I got a call that Nicole was up to no good. But Nicole looked at the bed. She seems to believe I was actually dead. I'm right here. Why are you alive? Then what's this?
Ah.
That's something Matt and I prepared. But to think you'd try to dispose of it. How rotten can you get? We found something that looked like a person when searching for options. And came across a love doll. It was quite expensive, but that was the least of our worries. Is this what happens when you can't detach from your parents at your age? Then, I'll expose that video. Go ahead. Nicole pulled out her smartphone from her pocket and showed Matt the video in question. However, Matt showed no reaction. What about this? Come on, this is clearly over the top, isn't it? This proves how dangerous she is. That's why you should divorce her. The one who's dangerous is you. I know everything. What? Did she tell you herself? Yes, that's right. Plus, the shop is fully equipped with security cameras. Everything was recorded. Including the part where you were giving orders. No way. Nicole had no escape now. Just so you know, what you did is a crime. And so is what those men did. You've really done it now. I'd punish you with my own hands if I could. Seeing Matt's face, Nicole seemed to lose all strength and slumped to the ground. We've already consulted the police. You might even get arrested. Give it up. You're no longer a daughter or anything to me. You've gone too far. Soon after, we called the police. Nicole was taken away in a patrol car, her face void of any soul. Are you okay? I'm fine. But what about you? I'm okay. I was prepared for this. According to the police, the men who attacked me were also arrested. They all claim to have been enticed by a woman. The exchanges on Nicole's smartphone were decisive evidence. Later, Nicole was charged as an instigator. This was the right thing, wasn't it? Of course. You did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Matt hugged me gently. I haven't felt this reassured in a long time. Later, we decided to visit Nicole. She looked emaciated, almost like a different person. Dad. You came. I came to see if you've really learned your lesson. Of course, I have. That remains to be seen. Why are you here? It's all your fault. Matt sighed deeply. Just as Cindy said, it seems you haven't learned anything. That's not true. Really? Believe me. You're an adult now. Live with your guilt.
Goodbye.
Matt left first. Now you understand, don't you? If only you hadn't done that. Or maybe if you had managed to detach from your father. What's that supposed to mean? You've been abandoned. So good luck. Wait. Hey. Come back. I can't remember the last time my heart felt so light. However, the scars I've received will last a lifetime. But still, Matt is by my side. And that's all I need.